channel. I'm Zach, and today I am taking inspiration from soft ASMR, and I forget her channel name, but the picture's there. Sorry. But I saw these guys talking about their shows and stuff, and I was like, this is the perfect thing for me, because if you don't know, I have a podcast, and pretty much all I do over there is talk about movies. So if you're interested in more like today's video, it won't be ASMR, but hopefully you can get something. So I have all of my things written down in my notebook. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna start off with the TV shows and then go into the movies. So first up on TV is the show Younger. I'm rewatching this series because I found it almost a year ago to the date, but I never finished it. So I'm going back and rewatching, but Younger is about this woman named Liza, who's played by Sutton Foster. Sutton is the reason I found this show, because I was obsessing over Broadway. Still am. But I was like, oh, she was in a TV show. Let me check it out. So that's exactly what I did. So it follows this woman named Liza, and she is a mom from New Jersey, but she wants to get back into work. Her daughter is grown, she's getting a divorce, and she's like, I'm ready to step back into the working world, but she's having trouble getting a job because she is so old. She has like a degree and everything, but because she is overqualified for these positions, she's not getting any callbacks. So she pretends to be 20 years younger, almost like she's 40 or something, and she pretends to be 27 for this. And so she gets a job, and it's kind of just like her figuring it out all out. There are 7 seasons. I'm on the 6th season right now, which I never think I got to last year, but it's really good. It just shows like her navigating this, like her own web of lies. And it has Hilary Duff, Debbie Mazar, and yeah, I've just been enjoying going back, and like, because I love the characters, and the plot is very interesting, so it's been fun to go back and look. Okay, next up is The Rookie. Oh my god, The Rookie is probably my favorite like mom show ever. It's a cop show that's on ABC, I want to say, but so Younger is on Netflix. I also wanted to say what streaming services they were on, and The Rookie is on Hulu or Disney Plus. But yeah, so it follows this guy called John Nolan. They pretty much just call him Nolan, and it's kind of this. It's kind of a similar like vibe to Younger, where he is this old guy in his 40s who is a rookie in the LAPD. So a rookie in the cop force is a cop that's been on the force for less than a year. So it started out as that, obviously, where he was learning how to like put his prejudices behind him, he's like green, but at the same time he's very mature because he's older. He has had more life experience than his other rookies. And so you just watch him go through this, and there's all these characters and storylines. If you love, like, I didn't think I would like a cop show, but this show, oh my god, it's like so good actually. So there's a bunch of cops, obviously, but then you get to see like one of the cops is married to a lawyer, and you get to see his side of things. You get to see the sides of the criminals. Like, there are some criminals that are like big on the show, and so you see from their perspective as well. You see like detectives, you see undercover. I don't know, I have a lot of fun. I am so obsessed. I think we're on the 7th season also of The Rookie right now, and it's been really good. I liked all of it. I literally binge watched all of it this like spring, and now I'm caught up and I wait for it to come out every Wednesday, and 10 out of 10 would recommend The Rookie. Okay, next is The White Lotus, and oh my gosh, I didn't find White Lotus until this year. Like, I wasn't a person who was like watching it. Well, I think when White Lotus season 1 came out, I was like 15, so I probably wouldn't have been watching it anyway. But I love White Lotus so much. Every chance I get, I tell people to watch White Lotus. I am ride or die for Mike White, frankly. The guy is a genius. The way he crafts a storyline, I love. Like, there I saw something that said, The White Lotus is my favorite TV show where nothing happens, and it's like, it's so true, because you're watching it and there's all this drama, but then at the end of the week they leave and nothing really happened, right? You're just seeing this snapshot into the weeks of these rich ass people, and you get to like see what they're up to, and then it just goes away and you never really get to know what the end was. And that's like my favorite part. I also love that it's an anthology series, so they're not really, like, obviously there's some connections between the seasons, but if you don't want to watch season 1, you don't have to. You can just skip to season 2 and you'll get it. You'll get it. And so right now we're on season 3. The 7th episode, I think, just came out, where I'm trying to explain it. So yeah, it's like all of these people. There's always like 3 or 4 groups of people you get to see the storylines of at the White Lotus. So this season 3, we have the Ratliff family, a trio of blonde women, 2 couples, and we get to see Belinda back from season 1. And so we're dropped into their week at the Thailand White Lotus, and it's amazing, like, because there's so many storylines happening at once, you never get bored. When the episode ends, I'm always like, no, like, it's so gripping. 10 out of 10 would recommend White Lotus. The next one, I haven't finished either. A lot of these I'm just like actively currently watching, but this next one is very White Lotus coded. It has 2 actors from the White Lotus, Megan Fahey and Sam Nivola. It's called The Perfect Couple, and it's so White Lotus coded. It's about this rich family who lives on Nantucket, and one of their sons is getting married, so and then the night of the rehearsal dinner, the maid of honor dies, and then you get to see all the connections of all the people. Like, come to find out, she was sleeping with the dad. She was like creeping on the son, like not the son she's married, or not the son that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I love a good mystery thriller, if you could not tell. But it's so White Lotus coded because they're all at this one house, and then there's a murder, and you get to like see, like, it's good. It's holding me over on the days that I miss White Lotus, so I'm loving that. And it has Nicole Kidman, my legit favorite actress of all time. It is my goal to watch every Nicole Kidman movie, because Jenna Marbles, in her Camping in My Backyard video, said that they're watching every Nick Cage movie ever, and that is my goal with Nicole Kidman. So I love Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, ride or die too. Have you guys seen Baby Girl? The White Lotus is on Max, and The Perfect Couple is on Netflix. The next one we're going to talk about is called The Flight Attendant, and it's on Max too. This one I'm also rewatching because I was reading a book the other day that was a kind of like a murder mystery, White Lotus vibes, And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't realize I liked mystery books too. Like, it was a revelation. And so I decided to revisit The Flight Attendant. And The Flight Attendant is about this woman named Cassie. And she's a flight attendant. Crazy. But she goes on a date with one of the people that was in her first class, also in Thailand. I just realized that's hilarious. Everything I watch is so connected. But she goes on a date with this first class passenger, and then the next morning she wakes up in his hotel room and he's been brutally murdered. And that's where it starts. And she's like freaking out and trying to connect the dots, like what's happening. And so I love that one. That one's really good. This is my, I think, third watch. I watched it for the first time, and then I watched it with my mom, and now I'm watching it again. And then final TV show from my list is Ant Farm. If you couldn't tell, I love a rewatch. Rewatches are my favorite thing on earth. So yeah, I'm rewatching Ant Farm because I love the third season, but I don't think I've ever fully watched Ant Farm all the way through to get to the third season. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my final TV show. But yeah, Ant Farm, it follows these, I forget what ANT stands for. But it's all of these like prodigal children. Like, one is a computer programmer, one is an artist, one is a musician, one has an eidetic memory, and you get to watch them like function through high school when they're like 12, and they're like geniuses. It's fun. It's a Disney show, so it's not gonna be the best television of all time, but I enjoyed it when I was little, so I'm giving it another go. Okay, that is final for TV shows. The next, I have some movies here. I watched 15 movies last month. It's like one every other day, but it was actually like one day I watched 4 movies. It's okay, I'm aware I need help. But yeah, I watched 15 movies last month, so I picked some like favorites and or hated ones to talk about today. I'm just gonna start with the Stepford Wives. Stepford Wives is on Paramount Plus. Okay, the Stepford Wives is, I don't remember her name, but it's about a woman who is getting fired because she's a TV executive, but she made like some bad producing, or she's a TV producer actually. She made some bad like production choices and got canceled pretty much in the 90s version of getting canceled. And so she's like, okay, I'm gonna retire. And her husband's like, great, we're gonna move to Stepford. And like they get there and immediately it's weird, right? Immediately, like, all the women are just yes, yes, yes to all the men, and it's weird. And the men have this secret club where they go, and Nicole Kidman's character is like, what is that? And so she makes some friends that are like normal, like her, but then they end up like getting weird too, and she's like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, it's a whole thing, but it's a thriller kind of. It's a thriller comedy. So, but it was really good. I love Nicole Kidman, so I have no bad things to say about this movie. She starred in it. Well, that's a lie. I've seen some Nicole Kidman movies I don't like, but I really like this one because the twist, like, yeah, it's kind of predictable, but it's so fun. This cast is stacked. You got Nicole Kidman, you got Matthew Broderick, you got Glenn Close, you got Willem Dafoe. Oh my god, Christopher Walken. I don't know why I get those two confused. I think it's like they both have a specific way of talking and they kind of do their hair the same, just like slicked back, but it's not Willem Dafoe, it's Christopher Walken. Oh my god. But yeah, the Stepford Wives, it's like if Don't Worry Darling was funny. So, the next one we have is The Fabelmans, which I rented on Amazon Music. Not Amazon Music, Amazon Prime. The Fabelmans, I I saw when it came out in like 2022, 2023, and it is a like coming of age story. It's loosely based on Steven Spielberg's like actual life, but it's also very, very much a story. It's about this kid named Sam, and he wants to become a director, and he makes all these films when he's a kid, and it's like about life, pretty much, and it's about like growing up in Southern California as a Jewish person, like a Jewish family. They're all dealing with it, and there weren't a lot of like people I recognized in this movie, but it is a really well, like, it's a Steven Spielberg movie. It's not gonna be bad. But yeah, so he makes a bunch of movies, makes friends, gets a girlfriend, life happens. He's a Jewish person when that wasn't like the coolest thing ever. I'm trying to like think of other ways to like describe it, but yeah, it's a biopic kind of. It's very fictionalized. They've said that, but it is loosely based on Steven Spielberg's life. So, would recommend that one. Oh my god, I wrote down none of the ones I went and saw in the movie theater. Okay, that's fine. Maybe if you guys want a second part to this video, I can do all the ones I see in the movie theaters, because I go to the movies once a week and I see 2 movies, because I'm an A-list member at AMC, so I just realized I've never letterboxed a movie I saw in theaters. Because I got all my movies from my letterboxd. Okay, anyway. The next one is called The Guardian. It's on Tubi. The Guardian is about... It's another Kevin Costner movie, which I've also watched a lot of Kevin Costner movies lately. Like, I watched, The Running One, McFarlane USA. I forget what else he was just in that I watched, but it's another one of those. It's another McFarlane USA, pretty much. So it follows Kevin Costner's character, who is a rescue diver for the U.S. What's it called? The water one. The Coast Guard. He's a rescue swimmer for the U.S. Coast Guard. But in the first scenes of the movie is him going and trying to get people, but then their whole thing, so they go over this, like, crash site of a ship, right? And he goes down to get the people that have survived the crash. He jumps out of the helicopter, goes to get them, but before he can rescue them, they all get, like, swept under by a shipping container that was also on the ship, and they all die, right? And so he is taken out of the action, and they're like, hey bud, you're a little old for this anyway, did you want to retire? And he's like, I would never retire. Like, big macho man energy, obviously. Like, I would never retire. What? But then he decides, he's like, okay, or his bosses are like, okay, you don't have to retire if you don't want to, but we're not gonna let you go back out into the action right away. You're gonna go train new recruits to be rescue swimmers at the academy. And so he goes and he teaches these kids at the academy, and he's like the best teacher they've ever had. And the star guy is Ashton Kutcher, and he teaches him like how to be like a man and all this stuff. And they end up going, like, he gets out of it, like he graduates with all the rest of the recruits after the 6 weeks or whatever, and Ashton Kutcher gets deployed to the same place where he works in Alaska, and they end up going on a rescue swim together, and he ends up like freaking out and having the PTSD of rushing back to that scene where he didn't rescue those people and they died. And then Ashton Kutcher's like takes over for him, and it's like it's a coming of age again, kind of, but it's also like drama. It's definitely a drama. There's not much fun in it, but it was good. It was good. I liked it. It's called The Guardian, and it's on Tubi. Okay, the next one I could talk about for 8 hours straight. The next one is Interstellar, which is on Peacock right now. Okay, I gotta speed up. My camera's gonna die. Interstellar is about this guy. It's an apocalypse, right? They're in a dust bowl, and it's this guy called Cooper, and he is an ex-military pilot, and he ends up finding NASA accidentally. Because there's an apocalypse and it's a dust bowl, NASA is not operating because that would cost money, and they need money. Oh, that's the air. They need money to buy food and stuff, so he finds NASA accidentally by using the binary code on a bookshelf. I don't know the answer to that. But he finds it, and they're like, we need you to fly up there to go save humanity. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And his daughter's like, I hate you, Dad. How dare you? And then they go on this whole mission. It's beautiful. That's really loud. Oh my god, I have to keep going. My camera's literally gonna die. But this was the best movie I've ever seen. Christopher Nolan is like my top 10 directors right now. Because I loved Oppenheimer, I loved Interstellar, I loved, what is the one with Harry Styles that he did? Dunkirk, I think it's Dunkirk that he did. But yeah, loved Interstellar, go watch it, it's so worth it. Okay, next up is Hairspray. This is with Nikki Blonsky, Queen Latifah, also, this is what Christopher Walken is in. He's the wife to John Travolta. He's the husband to John Travolta. Love Hairspray. Great story. Still relevant today. And I'm a sucker for a musical. I went and saw Wicked 8 times in theaters. Hairspray, love it. You can't stop the avalanche. Say races down. Anyway. And finally, we have Upgraded. This was on... Oh, Hairspray is a rental. You can rent it where you get rentals. Upgraded, I watched it on Amazon though. Upgraded is also on Amazon. It is a rom-com with Camila Mendes where she is, I can't remember. Oh, it's like Sotheby's. Well, it's like an auction house where they auction art and stuff. And she is an assistant, but she gets on the plane and there's this guy that she thinks is hot. And she's like, I'm the director, not the assistant. I'm the director. And it's the rom-com, so that's their meet cute. And then they just like keep meeting up because his mom, like the guy she sat next to on the plane, his mom is obsessed with her and like keeps inviting them to their house for some reason. That's a good one. It's all in London. The guy's really hot. He kind of looks like the guy who plays Flash. But yeah, Upgraded is like a rom-com set, like travel rom-com. And it was okay. It was a rom-com. Like, not my favorite personally, but like it was a good, like, I need 2 hours to kill movie. So yeah, that was all of my recently watched. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about my the movies I go and see in the theaters. But yeah, check out my podcast because I do in-depth reviews over there. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Goodbye.